The Bush administration is condemning the coordinated attacks in Mumbai. The president is being regularly updated on the situation, and the FBI is keeping close watch. We turn now to ABC senior justice correspondent Pierre Thomas. And Pierre, we know from Nick's piece just now that the terrorists were seeking out British and American citizens, asking people, are you from the U.S. or from the U.K.? Do we know right now if there are any Americans in the dead or wounded?
Unclear, Elizabeth. More than 100 dead and 300 wounded, but as of this morning, the State Department says there are no reports of American casualties, fatalities, or any word on American hostages. And we really don't have a good idea of exactly how many Americans were there. The FBI is prepared to assist the Indian government in their investigation, but they can only do so if requested. As of this morning, there was no such request, but clearly this is a matter the U.S. government is paying very close attention to. And last night, the White House convened the National Security Council as U.S. intelligence officials try to figure out exactly who was behind this attack.
Pierre, this attack was incredibly well coordinated. It was large. It hit nearly a dozen targets. We know that terrorists might have arrived in this port by gunboats. Clearly, this was incredibly sophisticated.
Extremely sophisticated. U.S. officials are quite frankly stunned. They're looking at the possibility that this is al-Qaeda inspired or al-Qaeda related, but there are a number of very serious differences they talk about, and that it's very, very early to know exactly who was behind it. For example, no large-scale bombs used as far as we know, no suicide vests, but the U.S. officials are very concerned that as we head into the holiday season, that we're already in a period of heightened alert because of the transition to a new president.
17 hours after the attacks, terrorists were still exchanging gunfire with authorities and hostages were still being reportedly held. Why did it take authorities so long there to get control of the situation?
Again, U.S. officials that we talked to last night were saying that the Indian government appears to have been caught completely off guard by this. So there was a delay in the response, and I'm sure that Indian officials will be looking at how prepared they are to deal with these kinds of attacks.
All right, Pierre Thomas, thanks so much. We know that the group that claimed responsibility, the Deccan Mujahideen, has never been heard of by anybody yet in the U.S. government. They are all looking into, as Pierre said today, who this group may be and what their connections are.